Everybody, this is Dave, the Shipyard Modeler, and I'm not sure how this direct sunlight video is going to work out, but this is basically all my supplies for sitting out here in the sun for the Krivak. I'm still waiting on decals and the upper deck's color, but for the lower deck on Krivak cruisers and older Russian ships, I use this, which is a Rust-Oleum rusty metal primer, and it works perfect. And I lighten this up, use a lighter color for the deck highlights to match the color of the ship pictures. The pictures of the actual ships, and it works really good. This, of course, I used to use flat black. I got tired of running out of flat black, so I just bought a big old can of it. Got to shake them up periodically. For the upper decks, I'm going to use Model Master Camouflage Gray. There's the FS number. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't actually read the number. The Model Master number is 1733. And that's for the superstructure and main body of the ship. That's that light color. And it's camouflage gray. Got one big, to get started, I have one big can of full clean thinner, another can of dirty thinner, and this can eventually gets emptied out into a bottle of even dirtier thinner that I use to clean my brushes. So there's a process there. Now we got this Krivak Frigate kit here. As you can see, it's a messed up old kit, but all the parts are good. So we're going to do a review. I initially thought it had a lot of parts, but it's actually 2 kits. I only have one here. I put the other one somewhere else in storage, I think. So we've got 2 kits. I was hoping you'd be able to see that better. I don't know how you can see that in the light. I don't have my glasses on, but as you can see, it's reasonably detailed. It's about 60 parts. It has that tree, and then this tree with the guns and stuff on it, and then an extra tree with extra equipment, and most of that equipment looks to be American equipment, so I don't think I'll be using anything from this tree. See? Where's the helicopter? Where is it? There it is, see? That's not a Russian helicopter. So this tree is just an extra tree for parts. The decals are shot, but I've got an extra set coming. However, I will be able to use those flag decals. And what I'm going to do is, what I generally do with decals this old, first of all, I clean them off. There's some staining there. I'll hit that with what I need to hit it with to clean it off. And then I let the decals dry, and then I just cut the flags right out and don't use water or anything. I just fold them over and Elmer's glue them together. And they're kind of fat, but these decals look like I'll have to test them, but these look like they won't even come off the sheet. You know, they might disintegrate. And I'll go ahead and use these decals for a video on how to recover decals. I'm going to see if I can recover them just for the heck of it, and I'll show you how I do that. So that's the Krivak kit. These are the paints. Now I'm going to go ahead and set this camera somewhere, like maybe just in my lap, I don't know. Over here. Should be able to see what's going on there. Now let's get my black. I wonder what I did with the other model. Gosh, I'm not that organized, so I'm pretty sure I took the other tree and the other parts and put them in a box of their own somewhere. That'll give me a project to do later, is find the other Krivak model. Okay, so first thing we do is we take some dirty thinner cap, just a little bit of clean thinner in there, about a capful. I don't know if you can see that. I also want to get my shirt out of the way. I just thought the shirt might work for the video, but it didn't really. So I don't know, video in direct sunlight with shadow like this rail, this probably isn't the best place to do this for a video, but it's kind of comfortable. Coffee. I've got a good sized brush. And I roll my own cigarettes. And I have a little filter for them. I need to smoke right now. I always have to smoke when I'm doing this. The thinner fumes aren't quite enough. Down here we get our parts. Thinner, getting thinner. Oh, we get our black paint. So this is the first step of the model. Somewhere around here I have a knife to open that with. Just said I'm not that organized. I just pulled it out of my pocket. What I do with it? There it is. Open this up. A good sized brush. Get all the cat hair out of it. Smokey Boy's out here somewhere too, my cat. I'm actually walking him while I do this. Okay, so I get some paint on there, and then I go into my thinner. I want it thinned up pretty good. Fucking wind. And then I just go over all the parts that need detail. It's too much thinner. Here we go. I'm just going to go over all the detail parts like so. And I don't worry about parts that don't have molding detail. I'm just getting the parts that have detail. Yeah, half and half. Not half and half. The idea is to put as thin of a primer coat as possible where I'm going to be dry brushing. So this is prep for dry brush in here. Also, this tends to keep the black paint fresh because I was putting a little bit of thinner in it every time I do a model, inadvertently, you know, coming off with a bottle cap. Damn thing. Don't you hate wind sometimes? I have to get a new bag now because the thinner spilled all over my bag, and that's what I use to carry all this stuff down here. So anyway, yeah, see what I'm doing? I'm just, you know, nothing to it really. Detailed areas on the hull. Everything else will be wet brushed, unless it's, and I'll do this, I'm going to do this in an order that you might find confusing. Not confusing, but different. In other words, I'm going to work from the top down because the deck itself is going to be wet brushed, whereas the raised parts, all these things I'm getting right here, are going to be dry brushed. So I'm going to dry brush first because dry brush is sloppy and gets stuff all over the place, and then I come back wet brush and clean the lines up, if that makes any sense. So anyway, some of these parts with really a lot of detail, you want to get them really dark. So basically, you don't want, you know, you can do the whole model if you want, I mean, but Alright, see, so that's how that'll look. And then we have that other tree. This part's quick, the rest of it takes decades when you come back and actually dry brush the stuff. Now the guns I put a heavy base coat on, and I'm going to hit them with a black metal wash afterwards. Maybe, well, depends. There's that one. So that's what they look like afterwards. And that's step one. Anyway, have a nice day. I'm going to enjoy the sun and put all this stuff away. And, oh, yeah, how you put it away. Here's the almost empty can of dirty thinner. There we go. And then that back up. There's that. Gotta really pound these things closed, man. If you don't, you're gonna regret it. I usually use one of my boots, but I'm barefoot right now, so it's good enough. I'll give it a pound when I get back upstairs. That'll keep it sealed enough not to leak. This has to be trashed now. Covered with thinner. So, gotta get a new bag. Anyway, I gotta get a new bag to take that all up, and it's pretty much ready for the next step now. This is Dave, Shipyard Marler, checking out.